ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ನನ್ನ iPad ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೆಚ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಮಾಯಕ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. She uses this all the time to draw on the iPad, where you can actually take the Apple Pen, plug it in, charge it, and then use Bluetooth and connect to it. So today I'm not going to use any website or any other app. So I'm going to actually talk about interactively what actually happens when an app runs, as simple as that, or when a game runs. So ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಪ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ನೀವು ಲಯನ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೂವೀಸ್ the graphics is used, the lion comes and does all that, right? So, and of course the scribbling that just happened here, okay, we won't use this whiteboard for scribbling, okay. The scribbling that also happened here is also something that's actually making it do it, right? Not actually draw on this. Instead, we're gonna talk about what really happens when an app runs. So app, I'll write app, or game, and we use the word run, which means is it running? Is it running? Happen. Where is it running? Do you know? Yeah. What really happens? Like, for example, I am Smash Heroes. Yeah. Okay. As soon as you open, what really happened here? The app came. So as soon as you clicked on it, the app opened, right? What? So when you say an app is running or a game is running, one is the what, and then is the where, and then is how.
The software.
The software. Ooh, some new words. My son here said software. Do you know of any other words like that?
Electronic. End of the race?
Running is at end of the race.
Running to the end.
Actually, I like that. Actually, what you said. There is some race that's happening. Interesting. You could quite say that, but I'll tell you. Race happens on a track, right? Right? When a running happens, the running happens on a track.
Software. It could be a hard drive, right? Drive.
No, see. One more. Clue. Hint. If it's software, will it be hard drive or hard something else?
I don't know.
I'm underlining it.
Hardware.
Yes. So one is software and one is hardware. Okay, good.
And then I think the PC thingy, and then whatever, and then like motherboard thingy. And then also when it's running, it only goes straight.
In one direction. One direction is important. Actually,
it's like Temple Run. It's like Temple Run. When you like press, like go left or right, it goes left or right, or else it will go straight.
Awesome. So it goes a right turn, then it goes what? Then it goes, and then it goes up, and it's going in one direction all the time. It's not going back. It's what you're saying. Chinthya and Advika, you can tell me what you know about running of a game. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically when the game running, it's like the code that they make, the code is like running. Like,
you said code. Hold on. We'll take one word at a time. When the game is running, Siddhartha said software, Maya said electronics, Arna said something about a race, good stuff. And then
lines of code.
And then code. Okay, code and software are actually real. You said lines, which we have a track from the previous discussion. They are going in a direction, and now we have a line. Good. I'm telling you, they're all related, guys. Okay, good. Software is actually that runs. Software is consisted of the lines of code that actually runs. Together, that makes the app or the game. So that's the what part. Will it be in Kannada or will it be in English? Maybe not. Okay, let me ask a question. Anybody knows, is it Kannada language versus digital? It's digital. Is it digital text or is it digital? What? Numbers. Okay. Siddhartha says digital numbers are the one that actually run. Okay. Siri's raising her hand. I'm going to unmute. And
I think the numbers is like binary code.
Digital 10. Got it. So what is really code or software? The first thing was it's digital and it's
binary code.
Binary numbers, digital numbers. What are digital numbers really? They're binary. So what's really binary? It's 2 digits, right? What and what?
Yeah, 1 0 1, like 1 and 0.
Ones and zeros. Ultimately, it comes down to that. Just that. I know before it gets to ones and zeros, because none of us can write code in just 1 1 1 0 1 1. Believe it or not, this actually means something to the program. And one more.
No, there's 8 numbers in that string.
I did 2. 8 plus 8, 16. Zeros and ones. That's actually running. It's not Kannada or English. In fact, Kannada or English or Samskrita or an actual picture of yourself or the actual video of Lion King, lion roaring, all of that ultimately, believe it or not, becomes ones and zeros when it gets to the device to run. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like the pixels in like an image are just basically 1 0, ones and zeros. That's all.
So codes can also have like alphabet.
Siri, what are Kannada, English, German, Spanish, Samskrita, Telugu, Tamil? What are these?
They're languages.
They are languages. Okay, at a higher level, you write and you talk in a language, right? What language are we talking right now? Naviga yava bhashe
English/Kannada.
English/Kannada ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ at a high level ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So there's
also music could be code, right?
Yes, that too. Humans cannot keep writing ones and zeros. Some really, really knowledgeable people, they've memorized some code words for all of that and they write in it, but it's going to become ages to write even that little thing. Like for example, when that race car app opened up, I touched on the app and it came up. To write that, it'll probably take you 3 months if you were writing just in ones and zeros, right? So you have to express that in alphabets, in a language. Of course, it won't be spoken languages. It'll actually be a coding language. There's many coding languages. That's not the purpose of this today's talk. So we'll get to that someday.
It could be messages and stuff.
I
also said music.
Well, music can run as code, but ultimately it's still code. Where is it running? The iPad itself is the hardware. Okay, good. So iPad is the hardware. Good. So you want to say what in the iPad is the hardware? There is a processor. Okay, that's a new word. We didn't talk about it. So where is it running? And previously we said hardware. Just like we started with software and we talked about code. Hardware, it's running in a processor. Okay, I'm going to unmute that. Arna and Arav, how are you thinking? You're thinking in your head.
The brain.
The brain. Hey, good. So the brain is thinking. So you actually thought in your brain.
The mind is thinking.
Well, the mind. The
mind thinks thoughts, and the intellect. The body, mind, intellect chart.
We talk about body, mind, and intellect. So that is trying to. Arav, you said brain. Brain is good. So brain is, you actually thought about it in the brain. So processor is actually the brain of the computer. Processor, not your brain. Computer's brain. The computer's brain is the processor. That's good. So brain is actually running it. But there's one more to the where here. USB drives, memory in terms of iPad. Hey, this iPad has this much memory, this much of storage.
It's like a memory card, and it has like 200 GB and things.
It's 200 or is that it's a little more than 200. 128 or 256.
256.
Right? Let's start with simpler numbers. 32 maybe.
Okay, so yeah, I used to have a computer, and that used to be like so slow. And then my dad bought a memory card. It was like, yeah, a memory card, and then it goes 10 times faster if you buy less of the GB.
GB, right? GB is the storage or the memory and storage in modern times are sort of used interchangeably, but they actually mean two different things. It might be a little complicated for you, but it's sufficient to know that both are in this iPad.
Show you.
Okay, I'm going. Where should I go? Settings.
Oh, so go to settings.
Okay.
And I think it's okay. So you're on general, I think, and then iPad storage.
Okay, iPad storage. Oh, here it is. iPad storage. 64 GB. I thought I had more than that. Okay, what does it mean? 34.1 of 64 GB used. What does it really mean, Divya? Maya, do you want to talk about GB?
Amount of storage.
It's the amount of storage. Do you know what G means and what B means? Girl and boy?
No.
It means something else. No, Siddharth said
Gigabyte.
gigabytes. Oh, yes. Okay, gigabytes. Oh, look, suddenly, oh, it didn't be, oh, it was actually thinking how much, oh, what does pink mean here? Pink means that my apps are using that much, right?
What?
And look at it. Pokemon is using 4.31 pressure. What is running? Code is running. Easy. Software is running. Yeah, I'm scribbling.
I am running.
The software ran away.
I'm
Where is it running? Is it running?
I'm running away.
Where is it running? It's running in the processor. How is it running? We didn't talk about the how. Oh, one more thing. Processor, and we talked about storage and memory. Kids, remember, one of you said gigabytes. Okay. And we also went to my iPad and found out I have
said gigabyte.
okay.
Nice.
32.1 of 64 GB remaining. But even though it's used interchangeably, when you go shop for an iPad or when you go shop for a USB drive or flash drive, but that's not really memory, kids. That is storage, also known as, in a computer world, it's called hard drive. In an iPad or iPhone, it's actually storage or space. How much space where the code is sitting. But when the code is sitting, like you're sitting in a chair, right? Then Maya and Siddhartha were running around here. I'm getting up and running. When they get up and run, they're running somewhere. And that other kid, what's her name? Arna said it's running on a racetrack. It's a very good thing that she said. That racetrack where it's running, that is memory. And how big that racetrack is also depends on how quickly your code runs. 2010 iPad was launched. In February, I went and picked up. Believe it or not, I was the first person in Tustin Marketplace's Best Buy to go buy the iPad because I went and stood in the line at 5 o'clock in the morning. In 2010, the first iPad 1.0, whenever that first iPad came, do you think that was as fast as today's iPad or this? So the newer iPads are obviously faster. So what really makes it faster? The brain or the processor that's right now is much more powerful than that one. Similarly, this memory, well, it's internally it's a circuit board. That's a little extra detail. But this memory is also important. Just like you said, the storage can be 64 GB, 128 GB, so that it can store all your movies, apps, that thing that we just saw. What did we just see? No, here, we just saw that when you say iPad storage, that thing Pokemon is occupying 4.3. There are not that many photos on this iPad, but on my iPhone, probably the most space is occupied by my photos and videos. Where is it sitting? It's sitting in the storage. The code ones and zeros were sitting in your storage. Then it wakes up by the processor and it runs on the racetrack. The racetrack is memory. And modern iPads, so 2010's iPad versus 2020's iPad Air, the one that I'm using right now, it's actually I bought it in 2019 Thanksgiving, is obviously much faster because it's memory. I'll have to go find out. You can find out right now on Wikipedia. It's not that easy because how much memory it has is not listed in the settings. On the 2019s, I probably CPU is still CPU. Look at the big difference. The first iPad Air only had 2 cores, which means it had 2 processors. This one has hexa core.
How much is that?
Anybody knows what hexa is? If it's dual is 2, try
6.
Hexa is 6, which means this iPad that I'm holding right now has not 1, not 2, but
Not
6
8.
brains. Oh my God, it has 6 brains. Just imagine what you could do with 6 brains. Now it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, pun intended. 6 brains in this guy. This guy probably had only 1 brain. Was the iPad Air from 2019 actually. That guy, the 6 brain, 2020 is right now, just put today's date. That 6 brain guy picks up these ones and zeros and he makes him run so fast on this racetrack called memory. And look how big it is. It's 3 gigabytes. The first iPad Air had 1 gigabyte.
Code runs on memory. The racetrack is memory.
Code runs, first code sits on storage and runs on the racetrack, which is memory. And how does it run? The brain. Or the
A brain.
Brain.
makes it run line by line. That's all. Enjoy, have fun, stay safe.